I'm going to hold a brief presentation about the PSD migrator we built. It's all about data and data links, keeping data linked. That's an important thing we're working on. First, I want to briefly introduce the team members. That's Auke, Ben, and Ivo. They're the main developers who created the software for this project. And I will briefly touch our starting points, from which points we came up with our ideas. One of the things is we love Solid. We like the ideas that Tim Berners-Lee is presenting in his new specification. And one of the things we're always struggling with is that the medium lifetime for links is only 100 days. That means if you're building something, you're having a web page, and you're having links to other information, within 100 days, half of the links are gone. I mean, it's very disturbing for people to read web pages that way. Also, one of the things we're seeing is that you can take out the data of a platform thanks to GDPR law, but data is not coherent anymore. With that, we mean you only get your pictures, but they're not in relationship with each other anymore. So it's very important to keep links to preserve the information you have in your data. Well, for this purpose, we made a specification as an addition to Solid. And beyond specification, we also created an application. I will briefly tell you what we did for the project. We created a specification for Solid with an ontology, and the specification is especially for how you can create data in your pod, that even if the information is gone, you are being redirected to the location of the data. One of the applications we built is the pod migrator. The pod migrator is partly inspired by observing that in the start of Solid, there was a community server which went to a different URL. It went down, and a lot of people lost access to their data, and a lot of links were lost. And with our specification, you are able to create a redirect, so you can tell people who are looking for your data where the current location of their data is. I will briefly show, in the background, you can now see the Solid migrator in action. It transfers the data and it leaves redirects. But the great thing is that it's completely user controlled. And one of the things we discovered during our research is that it's not only possible to redirect a complete data pod or a complete set of data in all your data, but you could even redirect small pieces of data. And with our ontology and our specification, you could even redirect resources within a piece of data. For example, if you're writing a book and you have a chapter which you want to delegate to somebody else, you could even delegate that small piece of data to another resource. Well, you can see the link in my presentation. So if you want to watch the video, click it there. One of the things we built as a result was also another demo application, which works for the redirection of specific resources. That's the Zettel custom. In the Solid community, and that's important, the specification was well received. We're still talking with them whether it can be included in the Solid specification. One of the things we learned in the project, and that's something we want to share, is write tests first. That's a very important working method because it can save you a lot of time. I'm sorry, I had the wrong image presented to you. And that's my presentation.